The name of our video game is Lost and Forgotten.
About the game. Alright, about the game, it's a survival and strategy game. Age range is between teens and adults. The goals of the game are to survive alone or in a group. There's 4 playable characters in the game. You learn critical thinking, engineering, and natural science, and you learn this by while you're playing the game. You learn engineering by making traps and constructing shelters, all that good stuff, so you won't die as fast. Throughout the game, you will have major decisions to make, like if you're prepared to travel or not, or if you want to make this sort of weapon or that other weapon. All right.
In the beginning, you'll be able to pick a player. It's out of 4 different players with different characteristics. Also, you get to choose if you work in a group or alone. So those face different consequences as well. You'll be able to pick what environment you would like to start off in. In each region of the island, you need to find pieces to construct a radio part to call for help. You'll use the basics of engineering like constructing vehicles, traps, weapons, and shelters.
Alright, in the middle, you start to prepare to go to different regions. And while you're traveling to each region, you have to collect different parts to make a radio. And also, you had to make vehicles so you could travel faster throughout each environment of the island. So you had to customize them so they could be better for each environment.
In the end, after you collect all the radio parts, you go to the middle of the island to build the radio. So it's like right in the center throughout each and every region. The workshop that you need to use to build the radio is guarded by all the boss animals that you fought in the different regions. So it's like there's like a lot of boss animals, but there's 3 in each one, but there's one big one. Boss animals will not attack each other, but will attack you together. The attacks will be in a group, but the attack doesn't have a pattern that exploits the abilities of each animal. After you win, the radio is made and you get saved either by yourself or in a group by an airplane. Oh, my character was Dr. Jose. He has a medical kit that contains antidotes for poison or for any other disease or something. He has a lot of bandages that contain strips of alcohol just in case you get hurt. In every level, he recuperates his items that he used to heal himself or other characters as well.
My character was Lieutenant Devins. The soldier starts off with a knife that is only used for his protection. With all of his knowledge in the army, he knows how to crack, create traps, shelter, and weapons to help throughout the regions. He's the only one who has the power to kill and protect.
Alright, my character was Pilot Courtney. She starts out with a flare, gun the was used at the end of the game, so the thing to rescue you. The pilot has been throughout the island. She has passed through multiple times, so she knows the island better than anyone else.
The character I made was Angelica, the naturalist. The naturalist starts off with a list of poisons, plants, and animals, so she immediately knows what to eat and what not to eat. So this could be very helpful if you can't hunt an animal down, you need some plants to help you out. And she knows how to gather water out of cactuses the fastest and easiest way, so you don't get hurt by the cactuses. And the island.
There's 8 radio parts of the island, so we have 4 regions particularly, but each island contains only 2 parts, so once you get through all of them, you collect all the 8 parts and you go to create the radio.
Alright. Our island has 4 different types of environments: grasslands, desert, jungle, and mountains. In each different region, there's different types of animals that you're gonna have to fight to get the parts of the radio.
The regions have different animals with different weather. So, Arctic, we snow, desert, the heat. You got just 5 each side of the garden.
And each region, like you already said, had 2 parts of the radio, and there's 8 parts total of the grasslands.
The grasslands, they are in the bushes. So the grasslands, you have to watch what's to eat. It's not just gameplay where you're just continuing to fight animals. You have to watch what's to eat to be aware of your surroundings. The grasslands are many. In this part of the island, there's shallow water that you may trip into and be hard to escape from. Dr. Black's you must create a go-kart to travel through the grassland and not slip in some shallow water. Go-kart must be customized for this type of environment. You must get the tires that go through shallow water and not get stuck in the soil. You must use the go-kart for the desert as well, but customize it to the way of the desert. The boss animal you fight to get the radio parts is a bloodthirsty man-eating lion.
Why there was a mountain that why did people take care? Our metaphor for it was snow fight because it's basically not snow fighting, but you're gonna have to fight a lot of animals that you don't even see it coming. In this part of the island, you must deal with the terrifying blizzard, which no human being can survive. Throughout the Arctic, you must find parts to create a sled to travel around the island faster. Once you have created the sled, you must find the hidden radio part beneath the snow, but be careful because there are 3 dangerous animals that are surrounding the parts. The animals surrounding the park are wolves, polar bears, and snow leopards. The main boss animal you fight, the radio parts, is an intelligent wolverine wolf.
Alright, desert, fear the heat. Alright, in this part of the island, you're gonna have to deal with a lot of heat. So you're gonna have to work at night because in the day you're gonna waste most of your energy. You're gonna get dehydrated. Like Caitlin said, you have to, for this part, you have to customize the vehicle. You have to put exact, you have to put tires. They have to be exact for the sand. So, and in the desert, there's a huge sandstorm. Inside the sandstorm, there's a radio part, and many animals will be blocking the way to get them. The main animals are the snakes, scorpion. The boss animal that you fight is for the radio is a fast-acting rattlesnake with tissue salt poison.
Oh, jungle fun. I do this one, and I put jungle fun because you're having fun fighting animals, and that's not that fun, so it's kind of ironic. Description. In this part of the island, you must travel through a never-ending jungle. So there's trees everywhere. You most likely are going to get lost very easily. Throughout the environment, you must find parts to create the raft to travel through the river. There's a huge river in it, and you can use the raft for an easier way of transportation throughout the jungle. In the river, you'll see piranhas, hippos, anacondas, alligators, animals like live in the rivers, so you have to be careful with that. You don't want an alligator eating you while you're in the raft. And the animals you fight outside of the river that in the land are poisonous frogs, rhinos, king cobras, etc., panthers, pythons, and those will cause some time delay or even death if you can't fight them all. The main boss that you fight for the radio parts is a bone-crushing, skull-smashing, silverback gorilla, and he'll just destroy you because he has so much strength. And group and solo play. In the beginning, you choose to work in a group or solo, and if you decide to work in a group, there's plus and minuses to it. When you work in a group, it's easier to find shelter, but it's a little bit harder to find enough food for everybody to share. You need to protect your teammates while you're in a group, and you have to share your weapons with each other because not everyone's gonna have the same weapons. But if you work solo, it's a little bit harder, but at the same time it could be easy. Shelters would be pretty hard to build because it's by yourself. You don't have that much manpower or strength to build a good shelter. But you keep your food to yourself, so you can gather a lot of food really fast. It's only for one person to eat yourself, and you keep your weapons to yourself. And that's all. Any questions?
How do you make the vehicles?
You make the vehicles, you collect the parts within the desert and the jungle, desert and the grassland, and then you combine them and you make little go-karts.
How do go-kart parts in
Because since we had in a plane crash, we used some parts from the airplane also.
Yeah, you just improvise every part.
How did the island get 4 different biomes?
It's a very large island, and it's kind of a made-up island, and we kind of decided, so the climate's changing all the time. It's in some weird location of Earth that no one knows yet. Yeah, that was the last thing.
Yes, I'm surprised to make the go-kart on GS. I'm surprised to make the radio.
Can't really do that because radio parts are a little bit different than go-kart parts.
Don't get a radio on your hands.
Yeah, that's why you gotta find the parts because it's stranded within the item. Because you gotta improvise. You gotta improvise to make everything else. You can't make a battery out of sticks and rocks. That's where you gotta find a battery. Any questions?
You don't know though.
You try to make better mistakes than rocks.
What is it being related
It's gonna be it's gonna be third person, so, and the fighting might be a little bit like Dark Souls, because if you have a little bit too much gear on you, you might be too slow to fight the animals, and then they might jump you down. Any more questions? Yes.
Is there a tutorial level on how to do stuff?
Yeah, there are. There's actually different modes in the game. If you put on beginner, they'll tell you what to do, what not to do. If you put on hard, then they'll tell you nothing. You just stranded and have it. Yes.
Did you say why they like that?
The pilot kind of messed up. Not paying attention to the scratches.